On his first day at work, this caregiver poured boiling water on the wealthy man's legs, just to test if Philippe truly had no sensation. During mealtime, in an attempt to catch a glimpse of the beautiful secretary, he ended up feeding the food straight into Philippe's eyes. However, not only did Philippe not fire him, but he also offered him a tenfold salary increase. Oddly enough, Driss had no knowledge of caregiving and had just been released from prison. He applied for this position solely to receive unemployment benefits from the government. Despite numerous highly educated candidates coming for interviews, Philippe was unsatisfied with all of them. However, when he saw Driss' casual attitude, he immediately cracked a smile. He decided to give Driss a 1-month trial period. Driss initially planned to decline, but after touring Philippe's mansion, he excitedly accepted the job. Nevertheless, Driss had no idea how to care for a disabled person and often forgot that Philippe was disabled. Yet, Philippe never blamed Driss. Instead, he began to enjoy this relaxed feeling, no longer treating himself as a disabled person. Driss refused to drive the nanny car and instead carried Philippe into a Maserati, taking him for a thrilling ride through the streets. Philippe also let go of his inner heaviness and started to enjoy this excitement. Finding Philippe's wheelchair too slow, Driss installed a motor on it. During the days spent with Driss, Philippe felt incredibly relaxed and happy. Friends couldn't understand why Philippe chose such a street kid, but Philippe said that only Driss treated him as a non-disabled person, making him feel like he was still normal. Philippe possessed billions in assets but became paralyzed after a skydiving accident. He found it excruciating and, being a proud man, couldn't accept becoming disabled. However, Driss' arrival made him forget those sorrows. Unfortunately, one day, Philippe suddenly experienced difficulty breathing. Driss immediately rushed over, having now learned all the necessary caregiving skills. He comforted Philippe, telling him not to be nervous, and took him to the streets of Paris at 4 a.m. He successfully calmed Philippe down. The two visited a cafe, where Philippe informed Driss that he had passed the trial period. Driss was thrilled. It was the first time he had been recognized by someone. The former bad boy had now become a qualified caregiver. He often took Philippe out for drives and adventures. To express his gratitude, Philippe gifted Driss luxurious suits and took him to a concert. Gradually, Philippe became more and more cheerful. One day, Driss discovered that Philippe had a pen pal with whom he had been corresponding for 6 months. Driss sensed that Philippe liked this person and immediately called them. Philippe initially refused to answer the phone, but once the call connected, he began chatting with the other person. They had a delightful conversation. However, after hanging up, Philippe felt a bit melancholic because the other person wanted to see his photo. Driss helped him choose one, but Philippe secretly replaced it with a picture from before his paralysis. At this point, he still harbored some feelings of inferiority.